Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery. Hey, before we get too far into it, 22 veterans a day in this country take their own lives. We've got our raffle going, and we're trying to raise money for Mission 22. Thus far, we're at around $600. We're doing great. Why are we doing that? Because, vets, I want you to know two things. One, you're welcome here on this channel, and you're welcome in this knife community. And two, we love you, and that being the most important thing. You have a place here. Don't fight this fight alone. We back to blue over here. We support Leo, all Leo, corrections officers, everybody. How do you do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law, at least not anymore. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. It may take some time, but if you stay in there, you can beat it, and you may have to get professional help. It's not always willpower. If it's just willpower, that's a habit. That's not an addiction. That's a different deal. Just know that all of you groups are welcome here. We take everybody here. Today, we're doing the Magnum Tanto 2 from Cold Steel. Y'all know I love me some Cold Steel. This particular iteration is in San Mai. It's got a 7.5-inch blade. The handle itself is 4 3/4, and it's got a nice oval shape. The noggin knocker, brain buster, glass breaker, whatever you choose to call it, is another 3/4 of an inch for a total handle length of about 5 1/4. And I just want to tell you, I like this knife a lot. I'm not a huge Tanto fan. We did the Recon Tanto yesterday, and we're going to do a versus sometime this week. Now, past couple days, we put out a couple videos a day, and I appreciate every single one of you who watch these videos. That's asking a lot. I do longer videos. I know that. So know this, guys. I love you. God knows I do. Now, like I said, this particular iteration of the Magnum Tanto is in San Mai. Now, that's one hard steel layered in two softer steels. It's a Japanese technique. It's two things. It's a steel. It's a type of steel, and it's actually a process that the ancient Japanese used, and to my knowledge, still do some. So there's a really good look, beautiful knife, absolutely gorgeous knife. Now, I've been told before, Scab, you can't take that knife's not made to take in the woods. Well, then I don't need it. What else you gonna do with it? Wear it to a business meeting? That's the things we got to be smart about, guys. You know, and please, God, don't say self-defense. For the love of God, you can use a butter knife for self-defense. I don't want a knife I can't take in the woods. Is it the optimal knife to take in the woods? No, dude. But here's the thing about survival. See, I mean, let's just go off on a little tangent here, tantrum. Here's what a lot of people, all these preppers and all this bullshit, let me tell y'all something. A lot of those folks are going to be the first to die because they've got their perfect little stuff put up perfectly. What happens if, in, God forbid, an apocalyptic type situation, your car and your house is blown up while you're at work? Uh-oh. You got to make do with what you got. That's why, guys, I advocate all the time. All the time. Every video just about. Use your knives, practice your knives. You hear that clicking on the floor, that's Lola. She's coming in to second that notion. But use your knives, guys. I took this out in the woods today, and here and again to my tree-hugging friends. These are just junk trees. You can't build with them, can't burn them, can't do nothing with them. We don't chop down oak or pine or anything like that. And right here, I really wasn't even trying to chop. I was honestly just trying to get some good slashes. Here's what I think this knife's great at: slashing and stabbing. Now, I'm setting this up for a test. We added a new test today where I took some cardboard, 8 or 9 pieces, taped it all together with duct tape, got it very, very tight. And once I did that, I duct taped it all together, and we did a stab test that's coming up here pretty shortly. And I'll kind of walk you through that when we get to it. But I wanted to go ahead and introduce it because God knows what I'll be talking about when we get to that piece. Now, here's the fiber optic cable. You see this knife had no problem chopping it. I feel like I do need to tell you, after the testing, there were a couple of microchips up near the tip. They came out very quickly. I just used my little I used a whetstone and got them out, but there was some chipping, was a little bit of damage up near the tip, like below that angle. I don't know all the parts of it. I'm sorry. It is what it is. All the tests this thing did pretty exemplary. Not the greatest chopper, I'll say that up front, but it ain't made for that. You know, but we do that because here's the deal again. The knives that I carry, it is a absolute must that they can do a little bit of everything. Don't have to do it. It don't have to score 10 in every department. But I know if we're on a kayaking trip, I happen to have this in a dry bag. If it's in the car, I have to know that a knife that I got on me, I can make it with. Can I make it with this? Yeah, absolutely. Is it my preferred carry? No. But it is a great knife. Good looking knife too. Beautiful knife. I love the handle. It's very, very comfortable. It's a great slicer. Now here we did a few chops. Not, you know, again, it's not that wide of a blade. It's not made for chopping, I don't believe. But we got to do a little bit of everything to see if you got it with you. Now, and these are straight down too. I could have angled this board and got some better cuts on it. And during the versus testing, I will do that. But on every knife that I've done here recently and done this little bit of a test on, this is the way we've done it. Chop straight down on the flat side. If I haven't said that, then I need to, and I need to clear that up. It did okay. Not bad. It'd get through in a pinch. It's got a 7.5-inch blade, 4 3/4 handle. Again, it's got a little bit of Grivex on it. It's an enclosed tang. But you see right there the beauty of the knife. It is a slicer. It really is. It's 3/16 inches thick, 3/16 of an inch thick. So it can handle some heavier stuff. I don't know what the Rockwell hardness on this one is. I probably should have looked that up, but I didn't. I feel like everybody will be okay and be able to manage and muster through. Now, I'll put a link to this, an Amazon affiliate link if you want to look it up. Look, and there's Scab with some superior knife handling, brilliant maneuver there. Guys, these links, I'm not advocating you. If you want to get it and you're going to buy it on Amazon, please use the link. But if you can find it cheaper, then by all means, in this day and age, go with your cheaper option. I just like giving y'all an option. And if nothing else, you can look the knife up and get the specs on it. Now, right there, the tip, the Tanto part of this, it just excelled. It really did. This is that toe strap. We're coming down. I got a couple feet of it left. And there my dumb ass was trying to pull it backwards or something. I don't know. It's been a long day, guys. So here we go. Right here. No problem. Cut through that old toe strap really, really well. Now, I will say this about this knife. Just checking it there. At this point, I think right there was a little bit of a chip. But again, nothing major. And we put it through some pretty good testing. It held its sharpness. It held its edge pretty well. It cut this toe strap. And y'all seen other knives struggle with it. Couple good slices and it got through there. Couple of light taps here and it cut it. It almost went in twain. So I'd say a very, very handy knife, a very capable knife. Again, not my preferred carry, but a good option. Okay, now here's our cardboard. We're going to shoot it with a ballistic knife. With a ballistic knife, of course, I tried to pull the trigger with a pin in like a dumbass. So here we go. All right. It penetrated a little better than an inch with a ballistic knife. I was 7 feet away. Just bear that in mind. At 7 feet away with the ballistic knife. And we went in about an inch and an eighth. About an inch and an eighth, because I measured everything. I had a tape measure in my pocket right there. Now, next up is going to be a 50-pound crossbow pistol. Just a standard dart. Nothing super heavy, nothing super fancy. There is a reason I wanted to test the tip and test the stabability. And, of course, it misfired there. Brilliant maneuver by old Scab. It's a wonder I didn't throw that thing across the neighborhood with the way the day's been going. But I held it together, battled through. Lesser reviewer would have quit. Now, here we go. Fired the dart in there. Now, this was about 3/4 of an inch of penetration. Like I said, The cardboard itself was about 2 inches thick. Duct taped it several pieces. It wasn't just one piece. I duct taped it together really well. There you can see kind of the thickness, and here in a second I'll give y'all a better look. And there, of course, holding it down below the damn thing. You can see got about that much penetration, about 3/4 of an inch right there. Now, here's why I did this. You can see the thickness of the stuff. I wanted to stab it. Tanto blades are made for stabbing. Let's see what, again, superior knife handling there. Scab looking like a Ginsu, like a samurai right there, son. Just battling all day. Now let's see what it's got right here. Drum roll. Boom. Right here, guys, went all the way through. Not a ton of penetration. I actually, when this was over, hold it up, stupid. There you go. Got about an 1/8 inch through there, so, well, about 3/16. So we got about 2 3/16 inches of penetration. We're going to do it again. Now, right here, I'm just kind of showing you, there's a Ritz cracker box. Now, that whole thing, that wasn't a gap. There's cardboard all in there. So let's stab it again. Boom. And some of it maybe, I'm stronger than a lot of people too. So, but again, same thing, about 3/16 of an inch. Not a ton of penetration, but y'all see the thickness of the cardboard. Now, I shot it with a ballistic knife, and I shot it with a 50-pound crossbow. So I'd say it held up pretty damn good right there. Now, we're going to do a little bit of batoning. Why? Because that's what we do. We show all kind of stuff on this channel. Again, just showing the capabilities of the knife. Will it handle it? Right there, I was prying out a staple because I really didn't want to chop down through it. I'm glad I saw it, because I'd have been mad as hell if it done some real damage. Of course, I mean, if it would, then that would speak to the knife and not me. So while we're right here, while we're watching this, let me do a couple of shout outs. One's the Nutty Knife guy. D-Bad has shouted him out in his past 2 videos. Even though he didn't put 2 and 2 together, that's all right. I didn't either till I read the comments. So one, to the Nutty Knife guy, let me say this, man. Congratulations on the book. I am definitely looking forward to getting a copy and reading it. And man, I think that's awesome. So go over to the Nutty Knife guy. I'll put a link in the description to his page. So hit him with a subscribe, hit him with a like, and hit him with a congratulations, man. That's a big deal to get a book published. The other guy I want to shout out is Isaac the Noob. Now, Isaac, I'll put a link to his channel. He is a buck guy, and we're trying to get him over 100. How he's not over 100, I don't know, because he does a damn jam-up job on his videos. So go over there. I'll put a link to his channel as well. Let's go over there, subscribe. Let's get him above 100. Guys, when Shredder goes over 500, I'm giving away a knife. So those 3 folks, y'all need to be subscribing to. They're all put out good content. Now, in talking to Isaac back and forth, he doesn't even, he's only got like 1 cold steel. I think it's a machete, the Gladius, to play with. So I'm going to box him up some goodies so he can play with them and take his time with them and do some reviews with them and get a feel for them and just see how that goes. Now, right here again, let's do the Donnie B all day drop test. Y'all see it's really a well-balanced knife. Just straight downward drops. It handled well. This knife, just like the Recon Tanto, there's something about that slight curvature. When we do these hard downward throws, the Donnie B all day hard downward throw test, man, you can just sling the thing and it aims true every time. Now, here's the other side. We're doing this to check the tip, make sure there's no damage, no bends, no chipping. The tip held up very, very well. It's supposed to. It's a Tanto. And you can see that I'm throwing it really, really hard. I also advocate y'all doing that. Practice with the knife. Get a feel for the knife. You may have to sling it at something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not huge on your knife leaving your hand, but if it has to, you want it to hit where it's going. Now, we're going to bring this thing pretty much to an end with these bottle slices. Look at the 4 scab. Like a Ginsu, son. Just cutting it all up. I love cutting these bottles. I think I did get a double in this. The knife cut true, very sharp, very slicey, very dicey. And I just enjoy doing this. I used to do this a lot more, But there's just something about cutting bottles and relaxing. Here we go. Let's see if I get this double right here. I'm pretty sure I do. But I may not. You never know with old Scab. It took me long enough to set it up, didn't it? Sometime today, son. Probably could have sped through this one. Lord, here we go. Perfect form. Oh, yeah. Just amazing. Well, my boy Mikey, whom I love, says it best. He says, never give up, Scab, never surrender, and everything will be all right. Guys, thank you for all the support that you've given today. Thank you. It means the world to me. I love y'all. Hit like, subscribe, share it for me. Well, guys, I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son.